There's something about those hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Something sacred, something powerful. If you've ever found yourself waking up in the stillness of the night, eyes wide open, heart restless, mind alert, you need to understand that it's not a coincidence. Because in those hours, while the world is asleep, something greater is trying to reach you. Your spirit is whispering. Your destiny is knocking. And the question is, are you listening? At 3 a.m., there is no noise, no distractions, no emails, no phone calls, no outside opinions, just you, your thoughts, and your truth. And for many of us, that silence is uncomfortable. Because when everything quiets down, the real questions start rising. Am I truly happy? Am I walking in my purpose? Am I becoming who I was meant to be? If you find yourself waking up in these hours, don't ignore it. Your spirit is trying to tell you something. Maybe it's a dream that you've buried. Maybe it's a fear that's been holding you hostage. Maybe it's time for a new beginning. So when you wake up at this hour, don't scroll on your phone. Don't toss and turn trying to force yourself back to sleep. Instead, do this. Ask yourself the right questions. One of the most powerful things you can do in this sacred hour is write. Keep a journal by your bedside. When you wake up, write down what's on your mind, the thoughts, the emotions, the dreams. Because the truth is, some of the most profound revelations will come to you in these hours. And if you don't write them down, you might forget them by morning. And if there's something heavy weighing on your heart, release it. If there's pain, acknowledge it. If there's a fear, confront it. Let go of what no longer serves you. Because this is the time when your spirit is open, when healing begins. Most people wake up in a rush. They roll out of bed, grab their phones, dive straight into stress. But when you wake up at 3 a.m., you've been given an opportunity to reset, to realign, to step into your day with intention. Instead of filling your mind with worry, fill it with gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what's possible. Speak life over yourself. Say, I am powerful. I am capable. I am walking into the life I was meant to live. Some people fear the quiet. They think waking up at 3 a.m. means something is wrong, but let me tell you, it means something is right. You are being called to something higher. You are being given a moment of clarity that most people sleep through. So if you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't fight it. Don't fear it. Welcome it. Listen to it. Because in those hours, the universe is speaking. And if you listen closely, you just might hear exactly what you need. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not just a random occurrence. It's a calling, a signal from something greater than yourself. In that quiet, when the world is asleep, your spirit is stirring. It's as if the universe is tapping you on the shoulder, saying, wake up, pay attention, there's something you need to hear. Think about it. Why do you wake up at this exact time, night after night? It's not because of noise, not because of an alarm, but because something deep inside you is restless. Maybe it's a dream you've ignored, a purpose you've delayed, a truth you've been too busy to face during the chaos of the day. But in these early hours, when there are no distractions, your soul finds a way to get your attention. This is not the time to roll over and force yourself back to sleep. It's a time to listen, sit in that moment. Ask yourself, what is trying to reach me? What is unsettled within me? Because your spirit doesn't wake you up for nothing. It's guiding you toward something. Clarity, healing, transformation. Many of the greatest ideas, the biggest breakthroughs, and the deepest revelations come in these quiet hours. It's the time when the mind is still, the heart is open, and the noise of the world is gone. You are left with nothing but truth. And that truth is powerful. It can change your life if you let it. So don't ignore these wake-up calls. If your spirit is calling you, answer it. Listen to what it has to say. Because when you do, you just might find the answers you've been searching for all along. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the world is quiet, but that stillness holds a power most people overlook. It is in the silence that your deepest thoughts rise to the surface, unfiltered and raw. It is in the stillness that you finally hear the voice you've been too distracted to listen to, the voice of your own soul. Most people fill their days with noise, conversations, social media, television, endless distractions. They drown out their inner voice with the chaos of the world, never realizing that the clarity they seek is found in the quiet. But at 3 a.m., there is no noise, no emails demanding attention, no responsibilities pulling you in different directions, just you, your thoughts, and the truth that is waiting to be heard. Silence can be uncomfortable because it forces you to face yourself. The thoughts you push aside during the day demand your attention at night. Your dreams, your fears, your desires all become louder when the world is silent. But instead of running from that stillness, embrace it. Sit with it, because in that silence you will discover what truly matters. Great minds throughout history understood the power of silence. Some of the most profound ideas, the most life-changing revelations, and the deepest wisdom were born in moments of solitude. It is in silence that breakthroughs happen. It is in silence that you find direction. So the next time you wake up and everything around you is still, don't resist it. Lean into it. Listen. Because in that silence, there is power. And if you are willing to embrace it, it will transform you. Your inner voice is always speaking, but it's often drowned out by the noise of the world. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you're given a rare opportunity to hear it clearly. In the quiet of the early hours, your mind is free from the distractions and pressures of the day, and your heart can finally speak its truth. The questions you've been avoiding, the dreams you've been too afraid to chase, the desires you've buried deep inside, they all begin to surface. This is the time when your inner voice is no longer muffled by the demands of life. It's the moment when you can truly connect with your authentic self without the interference of outside opinions or societal expectations. Your soul has been patiently waiting for you to listen, to acknowledge the deep wisdom that's always been within you, and in the stillness it begins to whisper. The truth is, we all have an inner voice that guides us. It's the voice that knows the path we're meant to walk, the choices we should make, the people we should surround ourselves with. But too often we silence it, either out of fear, doubt, or the pressures of the world around us. Yet, in those quiet moments, when we wake up in the stillness of the night, we have a chance to hear that voice louder than ever before. When you listen to your inner voice, you open yourself up to your deepest truths. You no longer have to look outside yourself for answers. You become your own guide, your own teacher. Your inner voice will lead you to the life you've always dreamed of, if only you trust it. So, when you find yourself awake in the early hours, don't turn away from it. Don't get lost in worry or stress. Instead, listen to what your heart has to say. Trust that the answers you've been searching for are already inside you, waiting to be heard. And know that in those quiet moments, you are reconnecting with the most powerful force in your life, your true self. In the stillness of those early hours, when you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your mind is flooded with thoughts, sometimes heavy, sometimes light, but always profound. This is the perfect time to capture them in a journal. Journaling is not just about writing down events. It's about preserving the energy, emotions, and insights that come to you when the world is asleep. It's the moment when your heart speaks more freely without the filter of the day's distractions. and your mind can truly reflect on what matters. When you put pen to paper in the early morning, you allow your thoughts to flow unencumbered. There's no judgment, no need to worry about what others will think, no rush. It's just you, your words, and the deep well of wisdom that's trying to surface. The quiet of these hours gives your mind a space to unpack the clutter, to release the worries, and to clarify your deepest desires. It's in this space that clarity is born and your inner thoughts are given room to breathe. Journaling at this time allows you to connect more deeply with yourself. It's a sacred ritual, a chance to process emotions that may have been buried during the day. Whether you're grappling with a decision, reflecting on a dream, or simply expressing gratitude, writing gives you an opportunity to organize your thoughts and make sense of the complexities of life. It's a practice that turns the chaos of your inner world into something tangible, something that can be understood. When you reflect on your thoughts and write them down, you bring awareness to them. You begin to see patterns, what's been holding you back, what's been weighing you down, and what's been pushing you forward. Your thoughts on paper become a mirror to your soul, revealing the truth of who you are, what you need, and what you desire. And as you write, you start to realize that there are no right or wrong answers. There are only the truths that emerge when you give yourself permission to listen. By journaling in the early hours, you are creating space for healing, growth, and transformation. You're giving yourself a chance to reflect on the journey you're on and set intentions for the future. The act of writing becomes a bridge between the chaos of your everyday life and the quiet clarity you can only find when you slow down, when you listen to your heart. Every word you write is a step closer to understanding your own purpose, to manifesting the life you want, and to healing the parts of you that need attention. So when you wake up during these hours, don't let the thoughts slip away. Take a moment to grab your journal and let them flow. Capture the whispers of your soul, for they are often the most powerful messages you'll ever receive. In the quiet moments between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your mind is more open than it is during the busy hours of the day. It's a time when your emotions are raw and your thoughts are clear, and you begin to realize that there are things you've been holding on to, burdens that have been weighing you down for far too long. These could be fears, regrets, old wounds, or grudges that no longer serve you. But in these sacred hours, you are given the chance to release them. Holding on to emotional baggage doesn't just affect your mind. It weighs heavy on your heart and soul. It's like carrying around a backpack full of stones that you don't need anymore. Each stone represents something from your past, a painful memory, a disappointment, a fear that has lingered too long. And yet, many of us continue to carry that weight, believing that we have no choice but to hold on. But the truth is, holding on to what hurts only keeps us stuck in a cycle of pain, preventing us from moving forward. When you wake up in the stillness of the night, you have a rare opportunity to reflect on what's been holding you back. It's a moment to recognize the things you've allowed to linger in your heart. Take a moment to ask yourself, what am I still carrying that no longer serves me? What thoughts, feelings, or experiences have I been clinging to that are weighing me down? And in that moment of clarity, make the choice to release them. Releasing doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the emotional weight that has been anchoring you. It means allowing yourself to forgive, not for the sake of others, but for your own peace. It's about letting go of guilt, shame, and the past mistakes that have been holding you in a place of regret. Releasing is a powerful act of self-love. It's the permission you give yourself to heal, to move forward, and to embrace the future with open arms. It can be difficult to let go, especially when we've been carrying something for so long. But in these early hours, when the world is quiet and the space around you is filled with possibilities, you have the power to release what no longer serves you. You can free your heart from the burdens of the past and make room for new growth, new opportunities, and new joy. When you let go of what's weighing you down, you give yourself the gift of lightness. You create the space to move forward, to be present, and to fully embrace your life as it is. And in that freedom, you will find strength, strength to heal, strength to grow, and strength to step into the person you are becoming. So in those quiet hours, take the time to release. Let go of the emotional baggage you've been carrying and make space for the peace that's waiting to fill your heart. You deserve to live freely, unburdened by the past, and open to the beauty of what's ahead. In the early morning hours, when you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the world is silent and still. It's in this space, when the distractions of the day have yet to begin, that you have the perfect opportunity to connect with yourself on a deeper level. And it's in these quiet moments that the questions you ask yourself can open doors to transformation, clarity, and insight. The right questions asked at the right time hold the power to shift your perspective, guide your decisions, and ultimately change the course of your life. So often, we go through our days on autopilot, reacting to circumstances without stopping to ask ourselves the important questions. We get so caught up in the rush of life, the demands of work, relationships, and responsibilities, that we forget to check in with ourselves. But when you wake up in the early hours, your mind is clear and your heart is open. It's the perfect time to ask yourself the questions that matter most. Asking the right questions is the key to understanding your purpose, your desires, and your path forward. Questions like, what am I truly passionate about? What is my heart yearning for? What do I need to let go of in order to move forward? These questions are not just about your external circumstances, but about your inner world. They are the questions that bring you closer to your true self and reveal the answers you've been seeking all along. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of life, in the opinions and advice of others. But when you ask the right questions, you begin to rely less on outside sources and more on your own wisdom. These questions empower you to trust your intuition and make decisions that align with your authentic self. They allow you to step into your truth and embrace the life you were always meant to live. Asking the right questions also helps you to confront what's not working in your life. It allows you to acknowledge areas where you're stuck or unhappy and gives you the courage to take action. When you ask yourself, what is holding me back? Why am I not moving forward? What is it that I truly want? You begin to see things clearly. The answers you uncover help you recognize the obstacles in your life and give you the clarity to break free from them. These early hours give you the chance to sit with your thoughts, to reflect deeply and without distraction. It's a time to listen to your inner voice and ask the tough questions, the ones that challenge you to grow and evolve. It's in these moments that you can begin to unravel the answers that have always been there, waiting for you to ask the right questions. So, in the stillness of the night, take the time to ask yourself the questions that truly matter. Trust that the answers will come, and that in asking the right questions, you will uncover the wisdom and clarity you need to move forward. The right questions, when asked with an open heart and a willing mind, have the power to shift your reality and transform your life. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., there's a profound opportunity to connect with something far greater than yourself. The stillness of the early morning is the perfect time to tap into your higher purpose, that inner calling that has always been there, quietly guiding you. In the quiet, your soul is more attuned to the wisdom of the universe, and it's in these sacred moments that you can realign yourself with your true purpose. We often get caught up in the demands of daily life, our to-do lists, responsibilities, and the pressures to succeed. But when the world is still and your mind is uncluttered by distractions, you have the space to reflect on why you're truly here. This is the time to listen to the whispers of your soul, to connect with that deep part of you that knows exactly what you are meant to do. Your higher purpose is not something that can be forced or manufactured. It's not something you find by simply achieving external success or meeting societal expectations. It's something that lives within you, quietly guiding your actions, dreams, and desires. When you wake up in the early hours, your connection to this purpose becomes clearer. The stillness provides the clarity you need to hear it, to feel it, to understand it on a deeper level. Too often we get distracted by the noise of the world and the opinions of others, and we lose sight of the deeper call within us. But when you're still, you can reconnect with your own truth. You can ask yourself, what is it that truly lights me up? What is the legacy I want to leave behind? How can I serve others in a way that brings me joy and fulfillment? These are the questions that help you reconnect with your higher purpose, allow you to see beyond the surface of daily life and focus on what really matters. To connect with your higher purpose, you need to slow down and allow yourself to be still enough to listen. It's not about pushing harder or striving more. It's about being open, present, and attuned to the subtle messages that come from within. Your soul is always speaking to you, but in the busyness of life, it's easy to miss its gentle guidance. In the early hours, when everything else is quiet, your soul's voice becomes louder and clearer, ready to guide you toward the path you were always meant to walk. Remember, your higher purpose is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a constant unfolding of who you are, what you're here to do, and how you can contribute to the world around you. The connection to your higher purpose is always available to you, but it requires stillness, reflection, and openness to receive it. In those early morning hours, take the time to quiet your mind, listen to your heart, and allow yourself to align with your higher purpose. Trust that when you do, the clarity you seek will come, and you will be led to the life you were always meant to live. In the early morning hours, when you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., there's a unique stillness that surrounds you, a silence that invites reflection and introspection. It's during this time that you have the opportunity to connect deeply with gratitude, a powerful practice that can transform the way you experience life. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a mindset, a way of living that shifts your perspective and opens your heart. In the quiet of these early hours, taking time to practice gratitude allows you to begin your day with intention, focusing on what you have rather than what you lack. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most profound practices you can engage in. It's easy to get caught up in the challenges, the disappointments, and the things that feel wrong in our lives. But when you take the time to sit in silence and reflect on all that is good, you begin to shift your energy. Gratitude transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of dwelling on what you don't have or what you feel is missing, you begin to see the richness that already exists in your life. The roof over your head, the people who love you, the simple joys of a new day. These are all things to be thankful for. When you wake up in the early hours, before the noise of the world begins, you have an opportunity to truly appreciate the small moments that often go unnoticed. Gratitude becomes a powerful anchor in your life, grounding you in the present moment and reminding you of the blessings you may take for granted. As you lie in the quiet, take a few deep breaths and acknowledge all that you are grateful for. Your health, your family, your work, your friends, and even the lessons that life has taught you through hardships. By doing this, you shift your energy from a place of lack to one of abundance. The act of practicing gratitude doesn't just have to be a mental exercise. It can become a daily ritual. In these quiet moments, you might want to take a few moments to write down what you are grateful for in a journal. As you list your blessings, you may begin to realize how much you've already been given. Gratitude allows you to see things more clearly, to recognize the blessings in your life that may have been obscured by your worries or stresses. Gratitude also shifts your emotional energy. It's easy to fall into a negative or self-critical mindset, especially in times of struggle. But when you intentionally focus on what you have to be grateful for, you elevate your vibration and raise your consciousness. Gratitude is a reminder that even in the toughest moments, there is always something to be thankful for. Whether it's the support of loved ones, the lessons you've learned, or the strength you've gained from overcoming challenges. Practicing gratitude during these early hours sets the tone for the rest of your day. filling you with a sense of peace and contentment that carries through every moment. As you make gratitude a daily practice, you begin to see the world through a different lens. You start to notice the beauty in the mundane, the miracles in the ordinary. You start to realize that even the smallest moments, like the warmth of the sun on your face or a kind word from a stranger, are gifts. Gratitude expands your awareness and deepens your connection to the world around you. It reminds you that every day is an opportunity to appreciate the many blessings that life brings. So, in the stillness of the early hours, take a moment to pause and reflect on all that you have to be thankful for. Allow yourself to fully feel the gratitude in your heart and let it fill you with a sense of peace, joy, and abundance. As you practice gratitude, you not only shift your mindset, but you also invite more of what you appreciate into your life. Gratitude is a powerful force, one that can transform your perspective and elevate your spirit. It's in those quiet moments that the true power of gratitude reveals itself, guiding you toward a life filled with abundance, joy, and contentment. In the quiet hours of the early morning, when the world is still asleep and the day is waiting to unfold, there is a powerful opportunity to prepare for the day ahead with intention. This time is not just for physical preparation, but for mentally and spiritually setting yourself up for success, peace, and purpose. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows, and in these precious moments, you can choose to step into your day with clarity, focus, and intentionality. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the energy is calm, and the distractions of the world have not yet intruded. This is your time, a sacred space to connect with yourself before the rush of the world pulls you in. As you wake up, take a deep breath and take a moment to acknowledge that this is a new day, a fresh start, and an opportunity for growth. You have the power to decide how this day will unfold, and it begins with your intentions. Preparing for the day with intention starts with grounding yourself in the present moment. Before you jump out of bed and rush into your routine, pause. This pause is a powerful act of mindfulness. It allows you to center yourself and tune in to how you're feeling and what you need. When you prepare for the day with intention, you are not merely reacting to what comes your way, you are proactively choosing how you want to show up, how you want to feel, and what you want to focus on. Take a moment to set your intention for the day. What is it that you want to achieve today? What do you want to feel? It could be a simple intention like feeling calm, or it could be a specific goal you want to work toward. The key is to set an intention that aligns with your values and purpose. When you have clarity on what you want to bring into the world today, you align yourself with that energy. It becomes a guiding light for everything you do throughout the day. As you prepare mentally and emotionally for the day, remember that your thoughts are powerful. What you focus on grows. If you wake up with gratitude in your heart, with an intention to embrace the day with positivity, you are setting yourself up for a day filled with abundance. If you focus on what might go wrong or the stress of the day ahead, that too will shape your experience. It's up to you to consciously direct your energy toward the things that serve you and your highest good. Take time to envision your day. Imagine yourself moving through it with grace, ease, and purpose. Visualize the goals you want to accomplish and the challenges you might face. See yourself navigating through those challenges with confidence and resilience. This kind of mental preparation helps you feel more prepared, more in control, and more confident as you move through the day. Another powerful way to prepare for the day with intention is through mindfulness practices. Whether it's meditation, deep breathing, or a quiet moment of reflection, these practices help you center yourself and clear your mind. When you take a few minutes to ground yourself in the morning, you create a sense of calm that will carry you through the day. It's in these moments of stillness that you can hear your inner wisdom and find clarity on what you truly need to focus on. Preparing for the day with intention also involves taking care of your physical body. Nourish yourself with a healthy breakfast. Move your body in a way that feels good, and make sure you're hydrated. Your body is your vessel for the day, and when you take care of it, you are setting yourself up for success. When you make choices that support your well-being, you show up as the best version of yourself, ready to take on whatever the day has in store. As you move forward through your morning routine, carry the intention you've set with you. Let it guide your decisions, your actions, and your interactions. When you approach your day with intention, you approach everything with purpose. You aren't just going through the motions. You are fully present and engaged in each moment. This focus and presence create momentum throughout the day, allowing you to make the most of every opportunity and stay aligned with your goals. So, as the early morning hours offer you a moment of stillness, take advantage of this time to prepare for your day with intention. Set your mind and heart on what you want to create and align yourself with the energy of your desires. The way you begin your day influences everything that follows. And we start with intention. You can move through your day with purpose, clarity, and grace. Remember that you have the power to choose how your day unfolds. Make that choice count. In the early hours of the morning, when the world is still, there is a profound power in embracing the silence. The stillness can feel unsettling at first, almost like a void. It's easy to become anxious when there's no noise to distract you or no pressing task demanding your attention. Yet, in these quiet moments, there is something deeply sacred and transformative that you can tap into if you allow yourself to sit with it. Don't fear the stillness. Too often we're conditioned to think that being busy, being constantly engaged is a sign of success or productivity. We live in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions, filled with noise and distractions. But the truth is, the stillness offers you a space for clarity, reflection, and growth. It is in the quiet moments that you can connect with your truest self, hear the whispers of your inner wisdom, and begin to understand what really matters. The stillness is not empty. It's filled with possibility. It's in this silence that you have the opportunity to let go of the chaos and the external pressures that cloud your mind. In these precious moments, you can realign yourself with your purpose, your goals, and your deepest desires. When you stop filling the silence with worry, fear, or the need to do something, you create space for peace, clarity, and inspiration to flow into your life. When you embrace the stillness, you give yourself permission to rest, not just your body, but your mind and soul as well. It's easy to get caught in the trap of always needing to be doing something. We're taught to hustle, to keep moving, and to fill every moment with activity. But true peace comes when we learn to be present with ourselves without the need for constant action. By allowing the stillness, you allow your mind to settle, your thoughts to clear, and your heart to find its center. The stillness is also a place of healing. When you stop and sit in silence, you may begin to notice emotions or thoughts that have been buried under the weight of daily life. This is not something to be afraid of. It's a chance for you to address what's been lingering beneath the surface. Embrace this opportunity to reflect on what no longer serves you, what needs to be released, and what you need to heal. The silence creates the space for emotional release, for self-compassion, and for personal growth. In this quiet, you can hear your intuition more clearly. Without the constant noise of the outside world, you give yourself the chance to tune into your inner guidance system. Your intuition speaks in subtle whispers, in gut feelings, and soft nudges. When you learn to trust the stillness, you begin to trust yourself more. You begin to trust that the answers you seek are already within you, and that by being still, you are allowing your deeper wisdom to emerge. The fear of stillness often comes from a discomfort with being alone with our own thoughts. It can be confronting to face ourselves without the distractions of the world. But the stillness is an invitation to get to know yourself on a deeper level, to reconnect with who you truly are beyond the roles you play, the expectations others have of you, and the busyness of your daily life. It's in the quiet that you can rediscover your own voice and your own truth. When you embrace stillness, you also open yourself to creativity and inspiration. It's in the quiet moments that new ideas can flow freely, unimpeded by external noise or pressure. Without the need to constantly fill the space with activity or sound, your mind becomes a fertile ground for innovation, new thoughts, and insights that can guide you toward your next steps. The stillness is where you can find balance, too. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, these quiet moments offer a chance to reset. They allow you to check in with yourself, recalibrate, and restore your sense of peace. When you are in balance, you can approach the world with clarity, purpose, and grace. So instead of fearing the silence, lean into it. Recognize that it's not a void or an empty space. It's a source of power and transformation. In the stillness, you are given the gift of reconnecting with yourself, gaining clarity, finding peace, and accessing creativity. Let go of the fear and the need to constantly be in motion, and embrace the stillness as a tool for personal growth, healing, and self-discovery. In that silence, everything you need is already within you, waiting for you to listen. As we close, remember that the early morning hours, when the world is quiet and still, offer us a unique opportunity, a chance to reconnect with ourselves, to listen to our inner wisdom, and to set the tone for the day ahead. These moments of silence are not to be feared but embraced, for they are filled with power, clarity, and potential. In these precious hours, we can ground ourselves, reflect on our deepest desires, and align our intentions with our highest purpose. When we choose to step into stillness, we allow ourselves the space to heal, to grow, and to listen deeply to our hearts. In that silence, we find the answers we seek, we uncover new ideas, and we discover the peace that lies within. Let us not rush through these quiet moments, but instead savor them, knowing that they hold the key to a more mindful, intentional, and peaceful life. Trust that by embracing the stillness, we unlock the door to our own transformation, and in doing so, we step more fully into our power. Thank you, everyone.